Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. A case of Haman. This is a very elegant lecture, and it will consist of several lectures and parts, or you may say semi-lectures, so that they can be read in different parts. So, introduction. Following the emergence of epigraphic evidence from the Kemetic Egypt, the criticism that the sacred Qur'an necessarily and erroneously transfers the Persian Hāmān to the period of Sayyiduna Mūsā alayhi salam or Moshe alayhi salam is considerably weakened. Although the available evidence does not establish that the individual person named in the inscription is identical with the Hāmān mentioned six times in sacred Quran, it does demonstrate that the comparable noun or name or designation or epithet was at least possible within the ancient Kemetic context. Accordingly, from the secular point of view, the earlier assertion that Quranic account represents error with the historical certainty can no longer be mentioned with some degree of confidence. The discovery does not prove the historical identification of Haman mentioned in sacred Quran. Rather, it refers the existence of a Kemetic person bearing such a name or noun or a designation, either historically plausible or historically probable. Therefore, now we come to the next page. Therefore, that transforms what was previously present as a categorical objection. Thus, at most, it is historically probable, at least historically possible. The objection was never considered correct with mathematical certainty and logical certainty. They claim that the objection is based on the historical certainty has been falsified. The seizure of historical certainty is definite and certain. Now we come to several preliminaries. This was the introduction. So in this lecture we will present some preliminaries and then a conclusion. So first preliminary, the precise phonetic value of several consonants in ancient Kemetic language cannot be established with complete certainty. The constructions cannot determine the pronunciation with certainty. Not only mathematical and logical certainties, but also historical and phonetical certainties. Modern methods provide a substantive basis for the scholarly inference. They do not permit pronunciations with phonetic certainty. In the context, it is possible that the Kemetic name or noun was Arabicized, so one must not try to find the exact Arabicized name or noun in Kemetic available sources. Now we come to the preliminary 2. The objection that a guttural H phoneme H dot and dot is placed below the H cannot be realized as a non-guttural H phoneme in a language possessing both phonetic distinctions is unsubstantiated, unproved. The mere coexistence of two phonemes within a language preclude phonetical substitution or variation confusion. The proposed impossibility of this transformation has neither been demonstrated The proposed impossibility of this transformation has neither been demonstrated nor established. So those things that this is such a thing impossible, they have no evidence, no proof, and no demonstration. In languages that lack the guttural H phoneme, although with nearest available non-guttural H phoneme is not only unsurprising but is often natural consequence of phonological adaptation. Well, in some cases, instead of H sound, it begins with a vowel sound. Anyhow, accordingly, the assertion that a guttural H could not under any circumstances develop into a non-guttural H lacks conclusive linguistic support. Now we come to the third preliminary, and this is very important preliminary, and I will show you that I have written it by my own hands. So in Arabic, H is guttural sound, strongly crispy and harsh and frictive and raspy. Arabic phonology is heavily distinct from other sounds. As far as Kemetic language, we cannot hear the exact language and its dialect. There is possibility that there were dialects which were not written but just spoken in Kemet. So as the Kemetic language, we cannot hear the exact language and its dialect. It is possible that the Kemetic does not share the same emphatic pharyngalized constants. It is possible that and plausible that the ancient Kemetic guttural H was articulated comparatively less muscular and more pharyngeal construction, or less, resulting a softer or less forceful sound than its alleged counterpart in Arabic. So it is possible, whether, and I think that is plausible and probable, but if you don't think that is probable, at least you have to admit it is plausible. So but it is possible. It is possible case that the Kemetic guttural was less than the Arabic guttural, that the Kemetic guttural H is less strongly articulated pharyngeal than the Arabic strongly pharyngeal of Arabic strong pharyngeal, or Arabic strongly pharyngeal sound of guttural H. So Arabic H is not only candidate of Kemetic H in the case of guttural H. So and even it's not only the Kemetical H. So we can say that the guttural H of Kemetic language can again be advertised in either way, either with H guttural or normal H. And now we come to the preliminary 4. The Hāmān may be advertised from a pronoun of a Kemetic noun. It may be an appellative like Pharaoh of Moses. The possibility can neither be excluded nor overruled that it is an epithet. It is also possible that it was a pseudonym. It may be metonymic designation, say some office or government department. It is possible as a court designation, say rank, office, etc. Quran does not explicitly state the nature of the verb. So these are the very important things. Now I think that in the next lecture I will begin with the preliminary 5. So you will try to understand that it is possible that Haman was a person and this name was used, this word was used for some person as either as a proper noun or as an epithet or else, as I have mentioned above. Thank you.